Welcome everyone, and today we're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of this Sensah Empire group set. I need to flip my bill real quick because this is going to be a cycling inspired video, and I'm going to be covering my first impressions and unboxing of this. This is the Sensah Empire group set. It's an 11-speed group set that costs a fraction of the price of a Shimano 105 or a SRAM group set, and I want to see what the quality is like because I decided to pick up this group set to put on my Trek build. That way I could spend a little bit more money, or I would have more money to spend on a set of carbon wheels. So let's check this out. It's been very well reviewed and there are pro cycling teams that utilize this, so we'll talk about that a little bit once we open it up. But if you want to learn more about this Sensah Empire group set, then just keep on watching. I really don't want to waste any more time, so let's just get right into it. I'll give you my first impressions and let you know if it's going to be worth it for you to pick one of these group sets up. Now, I've never purchased a new group set, so I mean, I'm pretty green here when it comes to that sort of thing. I've done a lot of bike builds, but they've always been off of bikes that I've purchased and then just stripped the group sets off of those bikes, moved them over to my actual nice frames. But it's a box inside a box, and it says Sensah on it. And you can see that it says shifted thinking down below. So I think what they're trying to get at is this company is the first company in China manufacturing that has created something, put some time and development into, and actually have pro cyclists utilizing this. So it's a step up and a step in the right direction for Chinese manufacturing and the market over there. But it looks really pretty minimal. One thing to note, there is cables hanging out the side of it already that I could tell, which it's not something that you would find from a Shimano or SRAM product. If you purchase something from them and you ordered it, it'd probably show up in perfect condition. There wouldn't be anything like this going on. So that's just something to keep in mind for you. I'm doing this straight up raw, no script. It's just a slip cover, so we'll put that over here. And again, this is kind of weird. It just looks like the cable just unbraided, which is fine, but it is a little, the quality control isn't that mature yet, so that's kind of what you're gonna be dealing with. This is what's inside the box. If you can see, it's kind of like a velvety lined box. Pretty nice, to be honest. Although I do see another small defect on this. It looks like it's probably been used. So again, something weird that you wouldn't really experience anywhere else. But for the price that I paid, then I guess I'm just gonna deal with it. But on this part here, on the shifter, there was some sort of residue, and it looked like it might have been used already, maybe tested. Definitely some corrosion on there, and whether that's just from sitting, but yeah, definitely a little bit weird. But I'm the kind of person, and if you're the kind of consumer that's okay with dealing with some of these small intricacies that you're not going to experience otherwise, to get a cheaper price on the product, then you're going to be in the same boat as me, where I'm just kind of, I'm writing it off. If there was something seriously wrong with it, then I would let you know, but it looks pretty fine. This is the front derailleur, and this again looks like it has been utilized, so I'm going to message them because this has definitely been used. I could just tell right on the inside of the derailleur. There's just some scuff marks that wouldn't have gotten there unless it'd been utilized. Maybe they just put it through a quality control test, but still kind of strange. And I'll make sure to get a video of all these products up close and personal for you. And so you get, you know, the two shifters, the front derailleur and the rear derailleur, and that's pretty much all that's in this box. You can see it's empty now. And is there anything underneath? There is not. So again, a little bit weird. There's nothing else in there. This is like very plasticky. And Sensah, if there's anybody watching that is part of this design team or part of Sensah, the company, I don't really know who owns it. I guess just Sensah. But if there's anybody watching this, that I think that you just need to put a little bit more time and effort into the packaging and overall feeling from this. So it is Sensah Bicycle Components. That's who is claiming to be the, you know, the corporation. It says LTD. These components feel good. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel anything short of what you would get out of a Shimano component. And like I said, this is just a first impressions and an unboxing of this product. So if you want to see an overall review and long-term review of it, then maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure to have it on there. But as I said before, I thought that this stuff was used, and it's probably not used. I think it's just probably been put through some tests and some quality control stuff. But the cogs on the cassette, they're not showing any wear. This derailleur is very tight. Feels like good quality from what I could tell. It doesn't seem like anything has been shorted in production or time and design. Feels very well made, and everything looks very well finished. My only concern was the fact that it's just, you know, everything put together in the box kind of, it wasn't like you would get or experience out of a legacy brand like SRAM or Shimano, but that's kind of what's to be expected here, and I'm fine with that. But now I'm gonna test out these shifters just to feel what they're like. I've heard some people say they're like a mix between SRAM and Shimano, which is weird. Feels very clacky, which I actually like. There's no shifting inward. It's just an outward flick. It's kind of weird to do this off the bike, especially when it's not set up, but I might be doing it wrong as well. I know that some people said it shifts a little bit differently than what you would expect out of, listen to that. Sounds good. Some people have said it shifts pretty nicely, but I'm just looking at the manual now and just trying to see if there's a diagram of how to shift. Seems like there is a micro shift in there, so whenever there's tension on it, I think that's what the deal's gonna be. And there we go. So we got a 1-axis shift in the front, and you kind of just use I'm kind of using my middle and pointer finger to do that. And then to upshift, it's more of a rotation, which is different. Kind of back and down, and then you could hear it kind of clicking. And then to upshift or downshift, you just click it sideways. I hope that you can see that mechanism working. I'll make sure to do a second camera angle of that. But it feels pretty nice. Feels more mechanical than Shimano, and I haven't ridden any SRAM group sets, so except for on a mountain bike, but completely different. You can't really speak on that behalf. In conclusion here, I would say that this is definitely upon first impressions, I would say this is worth the investment, especially because if you want to find a bike and utilize the Groupset on your frame set and kind of do that Frankenstein thing, it's not going to be new, and it's probably going to be about 5 to 10 years old, the Groupset that you find, whereas this is brand new. It's 11 speed, and they've clearly taken design cues from the reputable brands out there, utilizing systems just like them, and these grips feel great. Doesn't feel like it's lacking any quality. There's actually some like sandpaper on the shifter itself, and it feels really good. So I'm excited to put it on my bike and do a thorough review. Should you buy these? Well, I can't really give you that answer quite yet. In my opinion, right now, I would definitely go with them because there's not really much that can go wrong here. It's just a shift by wire sort of simple system. I am kind of upset that they didn't give me any outer cable housing, but that's okay. The overall experience and unboxing is pretty bad if that's what you're really into. But if you are a budget-minded cyclist and you're looking for a good group set that isn't going to cost you $500-600, then look into this, because I picked up this for $175, a 11-speed cassette by Shimano, and a chain, and I'm going to be riding, and that was probably just a little bit over $200. I'll put the total up there, but yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. If you learned something from it and it was useful, go ahead and just let me know. Would you buy these? I mean, am I crazy for getting these? There's been some other reviews on them and other people utilizing them, but not really a person who is unsponsored. But I don't have any sort of like end goal with this. It's clearly for my personal bike, and I'm going to be utilizing it. It's not just a promotional thing. I'm not getting paid for this, and I invested my own money, my own time, and in that regard, I would still say that it's worth it. Definitely worth the $175, and even better if it works, because like I said, this is an Amazon Prime product, so if it doesn't work, I can always return it within the amount of time that I have. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or concerns about this, then just pop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you and what you think about these budget shifters and Groupset. If there's anything else, don't hesitate to contact me. Don't forget to go out there and create your own adventure however you can. Spread some positivity. I'll see you on the next one. Mahalo.